Hello, I'm Matt Guff from House.com. This is Leo, the owner of Weston Snowboards, and he's going to walk us through the 2020 Weston Japow Splitboard. Hey, welcome to the house.
Thanks for having me.
Good, thanks for being here. We've been saying that all day because we're walking through all these products and boards. Weston is a brand new brand to thehouse.com, and you can see these boards by selecting the links below in the description, so make sure to do that. But splitboarding is kind of the beating heart of the brand. You know, backcountry riding, deep snow, and this is a board that I know I find myself being really drawn to. It's called the Japow, and it's a split version of it. What's the story with this board?
Well, the Japow was designed for deep powder. If you've ever know anything about like Hokkaido in Japan, it's just known for the deep snow. And a lot of people really get into, one of the biggest reasons people enjoy and get into backcountry riding is to ride the powder. So it really just made sense to be able to provide this swallowtail board in a split version.
Wow. Now, you've also said too that this isn't just a regular solid snowboard cut in half.
All right.
What do you do to the construction of the Japow that makes it an actual split board instead of just a solid cut in half?
Right.
Yeah.
Something we do with all of our split boards. It has a textured top sheet, so it helps to shed snow because you don't want that additional weight. We also have a tail balanced when it comes to where we mount our touring brackets. So that way the tail drops when you lift up in touring mode. So as you're breaking snow, or you're breaking trail, cutting through snow, or you're making those kick turns on the steep skin track, it allows that tail to drop down, and it's a more natural kind of movement for going uphill. Another thing that we do to really help to improve the ride is, we do have active latching that helps to bring the board together, with that active latch. And we also we build out that center edge just with as much construction as we do the outer edges. So the same amount of dampening edge tape, the same amount of sidewall as well. So that way when you're going, because a lot of people ask, how does it ride and going down? And people think that it's going to like chatter, and our goal is to always make our boards ride as well as the solid board counterpart. And so since we spend 90% of the time on the uphill, the Japow, just like the solid board version, still has camber under feet, flat to early rise, which helps to optimize skin contact as well.
Wow. Now, you were also saying, when we were talking about the solid version Japow, is that within its effective edge, that the stance is actually centered.
Yes, exactly. Right. So, it does seem like it's set back, but it's just because of the directional nature of the board. But when you look at where the stance sits relative to the radius and the effective edge, it is actually centered. It's not set back at all. Right.
Now, to make the swallowtail, structurally sound, a little bit stiffer. Well, what do you add to it so it just doesn't become a floppy noodle in the back end?
Absolutely. We do add carbon stringers from the inserts to just down the swallowtail, and so that way when you are landing on perhaps some hard pack, if you're dropping some cliffs or whatnot, then that way you have some board and some dampening in there, and it doesn't just kind of just bend back and make you flop out. So,
right. Yeah. Well, it's great that there's a thoughtfulness to the construction of the board, making an actual split, because you spend 90% of the time going up.
Absolutely.
But also making it feel the same way as a regular solid board on the way down.
That's the goal.
Right? It has a beautiful aesthetic to it, wonderful style shape. And you know what? You and everyone that's at Weston has a lot of heart for this type of riding. And it's good to support. I'm really glad we at the house decided to pick up the brand, because, you guys are doing things right.
Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. We view splitboarding as a different connection, a different relationship that you have with the earth, with nature. You know, there's something about earning your turns when you reach that summit, you know, that last little push as you're coming over. You know, sometimes when you're taking a lift and you just boom right there, you know, okay, you know, I'm going to put away my phone and whatnot, you know, and you get there, there's something we take for granted about getting to the top. You know, and so earning your turns and splitboarding and just, you know, the quietness, the solitude of being out in the backcountry is something that really draws us, and there's something that really speaks to us, not just from an adventure standpoint, but almost from a spiritual standpoint of connection. And then to be able to enjoy a run, like, you know, probably that you've never had in your life, you know, possibly at a resort, it's something it's really amazing. And so splitboarding, you know, is something, hopefully it'll change your life. If you like hiking in the summertime and you like riding POW, you're going to love splitboarding.
You know, and that's such a great combo, you know, and like you were talking about, you know, the experience. The snowboarding, wonderful thing about most people who snowboard is that they get to experience the mountains, they get to experience nature. But this is just a completely different element to an experience that you can enjoy.
Yeah, and we try to help people get there too, you know, with our community efforts, with our collaborations with the avalanche education providers, with doing meetups and whatnot. You know, they're getting into the backcountry. It can be a lot of fun, and there's a lot of new skills to learn along the way that we hope people do it responsibly too. So.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Well, Leo, this has been a pleasure today. Yeah, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Thanks again for having me.
You're welcome. You know, thank you guys for watching, of course. Again, you can check out all the boards, all the equipment by selecting the links below in the description. Thanks for watching, and leave some comments or questions. I'll do my best to get those questions over to Leo as fast as possible. Other than that, subscribe to the channel there, check out more vids there, and hopefully we'll see you on snow.